Failure is a part of success. Failure is a result of getting outside your comfort zone and trying new things. You do not know one successful person, I can promise you this, that has not failed and probably failed a lot. Failure is a result of getting outside your comfort zone and trying new things. That's where wealth is. Wealth is outside your comfort zone, trying new things. So you are going to fail. That's okay. That's a good thing. So if you're wanting to start, these 6 things will help you get to where you want to go as quickly as possible. And I usually don't do this, but number 6 is by far my favorite. The first thing I would tell myself is you need to have active and passive income. You can't just have one income stream coming in if your goal is to go full-time into real estate. Now, I understand that's not everybody's goal, but this is something that me and Lucas did wrong. What our goal was to buy enough rental property so that Lucas could quit his job and he could live off the cash flow. That is not the way to do it. Cash flow from your rental properties, in my opinion, should be something that you put on the side and keep in that account for future expenses, because if you're planning to grow and scale, things are going to come up and you're going to want to hire things out that might dig into that cash flow. So what you need to do at the beginning is have active and passive income. Now, that active income can be your job, so keep your job for several years until you're ready to make that leap and you're ready to have new active income coming in. Most likely that active income will be from flipping real estate or wholesaling real estate. If your goal is to buy rental properties and have passive income and create wealth long term, you need to have income to live on every single day. And you're already investing in real estate because you're buying rental properties, so might as well wholesale a few a year, fix and flip a few a year, and get to that $7,500, $200,000, however much you want to actively make and live on. You need to do both. And if you're smart, you make that active income and passive income work together. Again, it can be keeping your job, that's fine, but if you want to quit your job, that active income should probably be something in real estate. The second thing I would tell myself is picking a market is not as important as the actual person picking that market. Let me explain what I mean by that. I always tell students and I tell people that you need to buy rentals in the Midwest, or buying rentals in the Southeast is the place to be. However, that can be true, but it doesn't have to be true. If you live in San Francisco, it's hard to buy rentals with the BRRRR method, which means without using any of your own money. I talk about that all the time on this channel, but everybody doesn't want to do it the way that I teach it. I understand that. If you're living in San Francisco, you can get active income from flipping and wholesaling. It's a great market for that, but buying rentals with none of your own money isn't the best solution. That being said, again, guess what? Over half the people in San Francisco are renters, so there's obviously landlords there making money. Whether they're putting a ton of cash down, whether they're not worried about cash flow, they're only worried about appreciation or property growth. However they're doing it, they are making money in Hawaii, in New York, and all of these places that are not the best for rental properties, how you traditionally look at it, there are still landlords and people making money in those markets. It's more important about you just getting started and trying to make it work in your market. Not every strategy will work for every market, at least maximized for every market, but every market there are strategies that work. To break that down just a little bit further, you can wholesale and flip in pretty much every single market. Buying distressed properties and selling them, or fixing up then selling them, works in any market, even if it's an expensive market or even if it's a not as expensive market. However, owning rental properties the traditional BRRRR type way and doing them without using any of your own money typically does work better in certain markets over other markets, but you can still make it work. It's all about getting started, seeing what works in your market, maximizing that, and if something that's in your market doesn't really work for what you want, then you can do it virtually or partner with somebody in a different market. Don't try to have the exact market or have your market be the reason or excuse why you're not investing. Go start investing, do what works, and then you can figure out the rest. Number 3, follow and attract those who are more successful than you. You can learn so much from somebody that is where you want to be. Now, that may sound simple or may sound oversimple. It is the most proven thing I'm telling you in this entire video. Whether you have to pay to be around other successful people, which is what I do and most successful people do, or you do it for free by going to your meetups or talking to somebody online via social media, get around other successful people. They will connect you with people. They will give you advice. They may even show you places to find money, to find deals. People in the real estate investing space and in general, successful people, part of the reason they're successful is because they're willing to help other people and they don't always worry about making every little dollar on every little deal. The most successful people I know all pay and have paid to be around other successful people. I don't know one successful person or person that I deem super successful, like a multimillionaire, that has not or does not pay to be around successful people. It is what it is. You pay to play in this game. You can only get so much free advice on social media. I feel like I give away more free advice than anybody, but you're only going to learn so much by watching my videos. You have to go connect with people that are doing it, get involved in some mastermind, some coaching program, free or paid, doesn't really matter. Obviously the paid ones probably provide more knowledge and more to-dos, but just get around other successful people, and through simple osmosis or through actual tactical things, you will see a huge difference. Number 4 is debt is the new oil, meaning oil is in pretty much everything that moves. Engines, generating power, anything that moves and need force to move has oil in it somewhere, and that is what debt is. Everybody that is successful is in some type of good debt, or ultra successful, I guess I would say, depending on your definition of success. Let's quickly break that down a little bit, because a lot of people are scared of debt. While buying a car you cannot afford or running up credit card bills that you cannot pay off is not ideal, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about borrowing money to buy assets that produce cash and grow in value, then taking the cash those assets produce and pay off the people you borrowed the money from, all the while you get to own that asset. It's what Elon Musk did with Twitter. He used some of his own money, he leveraged his Tesla stock, he got private lenders to be involved, he went to banks such as Bank of America and got funding, but he did not write a $44 billion check to buy Twitter. Now, whether you think that's a good investment or not is irrelevant for this video, but that's what he did, and that's what wealthy people do. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he started Facebook from his dorm room, so he did it with probably little to no money. But when he wanted to take it to the next level, he needed to get an influx of cash, which is borrowing money. Pretty famous story, he went to Peter Thiel and got a $500,000 investment. Mark Zuckerberg took that money, he hired people, and he made Facebook better, and then was able to get more ad dollars from Facebook and then pay off Peter got ownership. But basically, he borrowed money to make Facebook better. I do with real estate. I'm not as smart as those guys. I'm not going to start Facebook or Amazon or any of these big companies, but I am smart enough to figure out how to do it with real estate, because it's extremely simple. Easy and simple are different. People get them confused. It's extremely simple. You borrow money from somebody to buy a real estate asset. That asset produces cash. You take that cash and pay off you borrowed the money from, all the while you own that real estate asset. You do that enough times and you will create wealth, and that is properly leveraging debt. Number 4 is real estate is the best way to create as much wealth as possible, as quickly as possible. There is no other way to create that much wealth that quickly. 90% of millionaires are created through real estate. So why would you try and reinvent the wealth wheel and try to do something different? Like get in early on an altcoin with crypto, or try to make some crazy investment, or try to start some business that's not proven. Invest in real estate. It's what has worked, it's what works right now, and it's what will always work. Real estate always works if you invest properly. That is where wealthy people create their wealth, and that is where people that have created their wealth outside of real estate, that's where they put their money to preserve their wealth. Real estate is the way to create wealth. It still takes time, energy, and effort. If you focus just on real estate, not trying to get in early on an alt cryptocurrency, or buy an e-commerce store, or create some NFT, if you focus solely on real estate, you will start to get traction and you can create a lot of wealth. I really do create more wealth in a year in real estate than I ever thought I would growing up in an entire lifetime. Real estate is very, very powerful, and yes, it has its drawbacks and it has its times where it goes down in value, but overall it goes up in value with the tax benefits, the cash flow, everything that goes along with real estate. There is no other investment like it, so stop trying to reinvent the wheel and invest in real estate. Number 6, fear and failure are to be embraced and encouraged. That's again probably the opposite of what you were taught, like you were taught all debt is bad, which is false as well. Making the right connections, finding money sources, failing, finding a deal, making some money, failing. It is literally on the path to success, and if you have the right attitude and you know that if you fail, that's okay, and you learn from your mistakes and you fail forward, you will be so much more successful so much sooner. So many people are not successful because they're scared of failure, and they have that fear that they're going gonna screw up, and that is so much worse than actually screwing up, I promise you, coming from a guy who has screwed up and will continue to screw up all the time. As long as I learn from my mistakes, and as long as you learn from your mistakes, you will be so much further along by actually taking action and screwing up. Of course, nobody wants to screw up. You shouldn't try to screw up, but if you are taking risk and doing things and getting outside your comfort zone, you naturally will make mistakes. So just learn from them, don't overreact, and you will get there a lot sooner. Hopefully this video helped you with some tactical things as well as some mindset things that can get the ball rolling for you. 2023 is going to be a little bit different of a year, but it's going to be a little bit more normal in my opinion. 2020 to 2022 is not normal in real estate. 23 and going forward is going to get more normal, and guess what? A lot of people make a lot of money in normal real estate time. So don't get scared by all the things you see on social media. Make your own opinion based on your own research, and if you're deciding that you want more help investing in real estate, make sure you're following me on all my social medias, and make sure you're following my podcast, The Faster Freedom Show. You can even send me a message on Instagram, and I will gladly give you any advice or answer any questions you have. Check out the description below for some more information and some more resources that we use, and some resources that can save you a lot of money. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you on the next one.